Hello, in this video, I will explain to you on how to find Vx here. Vx is the voltage across this 10 ohm resistor, right? So we will need to use nodal analysis. So here our goal is to find out what is Vx. What is Vx? And how to find it using nodal analysis. Nodal analysis, and then what can we do? From here, let's break it down step by step. The first one is to label all the nodes. And aside from labeling all the nodes, we also need to extract all the information available from the circuit here. Let's make this here, the bottommost node here, as our reference node. Or some other call it ground. Right? And what is the ground or the reference node? That is where the voltage is equal to 0. Good. And now let's label all the nodes. We are already given that this is V1 and that is V2. Is there any other nodes? Yes, in this junction here, which is, we name it V3, right? It's natural because this one V1 and this one is V2. Why don't just name it V3? Okay. And then what more information that we can get here? Here we have 9-volt voltage source. And what does 9-volt means? 9-volt is the difference between the positive terminal here, which is connected directly to V1. So I will have V1. And then the difference between this one and the negative terminal here. But the negative terminal is connected to the ground. So I will have V1 minus 0 is equal to 9, right? The difference between V1 and 0 is 9. That is the logic. So we can simplify this. So we will have V1 is equal to 9 volt, which is nice because we now know that this is 9 volt. Good. And we can apply the same logic here. 4 volt is the difference between this node here, which is connected to the positive terminal, and the negative terminal is connected to the ground. So the difference between V2 and 0 must be equal to the magnitude of this voltage source. So I will have that will equal to 4. Therefore, we will have V2 here is equal to 4 volt. Okay, and that will be very important values later. So let's label that V2 is equal to 4. Good. And I think we have already labeled all the nodes and also extract all the available information. Okay, let's move on to the second step, which is to assume the current's direction. Assume current's direction. So what I usually do is, for the horizontal component, I label it as horizontal here, like this one. It goes to the right. And then this also horizontal component, and I will assume the current goes to the right. But for the vertical component, I usually assume that is going down here. Okay, how about this component? And because this is in series, so this naturally going up, right? And this naturally going down here because that will be in series. And I think we have already assumed all the current's direction in each branch. And now let's do the most crucial step here, which is do KCL, the Kirchhoff current law, for all unknown nodes. Okay, but we already know 3 of them, right? The ground, the voltage here is 0. And then V1, the voltage here is 9 from this value here. And then V2, the value is 4 from this value here. So we only need to do KCL at V3 here, right? So let's do exactly that. Let's do KCL at V3. What does KCL say? KCL said that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the sum of the current that goes out. right? Okay, let's see here. The only current that goes into V3 is this current here, but we don't know the value yet, but we can derive the equation from the Ohm's law. Remember Ohm's law? Voltage divided by resistance. What is the voltage? It is V1 and V3. V1 is where the current comes from, so we'll have write V1. And then V3 is where the current goes to, so I'll have minus V3. Okay? And we need to divide it by the resistance between them, which is 30, right? Why? Because we need current, and voltage divided by resistance is current, right? And I think that's all for the currents that goes in, which is only this one. The other currents are going out, so we will have this equal sign and this current here. Okay, the current comes from V3, so let's write V3 here, and then the current goes to reference node, so I will have 0. So I'll have V3 minus 0. Okay, but this is voltage. We need to divide it by the resistance between them. So I will have 10 ohm here. Good. And we have one other currents that going out, so this is the one. And the current goes from V3 to V2. So we will have V3 minus V2. V3 is where the current comes from. V2 is where the current goes to. So I will have this divided by 20. Good. And now let's multiply both sides here by 60. So we will have 30 and 60 will cancel into 2, right? So I have 2V1 and then minus 2V3. Good. And here 10 and 60 will cancel into 6, so I will have 6V3 minus 0, so that will be V3. So let's move on to this term. So we will have 20 and 60 will cancel into 3, so we will have 3V3. And then what is this? Minus 3V2. Okay, that's good. Maybe let's move things around here. So I will have 2V1. And then what else? What else? Plus 3V2. Yeah, plus 3V2. And that will equal to 11 V3, right? After moving things around. Good. But then we know exactly what is V1 and what is V2. So we will have 2 multiplied by V1. What is V1? V1 is 9. And then plus 3 V2. What is V2? V2 is 4. And that will equal to 11 V3. Good. 2 plus 9 is 18. And then 3 times 4 is 12. And that will equal to 11 V3. Okay. Let's rewrite this as 11 V3 is equal to 18 plus 12. That will be 30. So we can isolate V3 here. That will be 30 divided by 11 volt. Okay, so we know that this is the value of V3. However, the question does not ask about V3 but Vx, right? So that is the last step for this question. So we will have to answer the question. What is the question? Vx. What is Vx? Okay, Vx, we are given the positive terminal is connected to V3. So we will have V3 here. And then the negative one is connected to the reference node. So we will have 0 there. So V3 minus 0. Therefore, Vx is equal to V3. But then that will be 30 over 11. And I think I will need to use the decimal representation. So let's do that. We will have 30 divided by 11. And let's press SD here. So I'll have 2.72. 2.73. Yeah, the unit will be in volt. And let's put this into a box so we know that this is the conclusion. So here Vx is 2.73 volt. Hopefully I did not make any mistakes in my calculation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.